Well, let's get to Charlotte. Charlotte, since we started the programme this morning, we've had a bit of industrial production data on the French economy, which wasn't as good as the economists were hoping for. But by and large, it seems the messages you've been collecting from these policymakers have been more encouraging.
Yes, and there's a real enthusiasm now, even though there's a lot of uncertainty still on what the recovery may look like, how fast or how slow it may be. There's some concern around the Delta variant and whether we could have a fourth wave in the summer. The spokesperson of the government said that this could very much happen if the vaccination doesn't accelerate, and we've seen the first injection really slowing down. There's a bit of a concern there, but there's still some optimism here and looking ahead. And some of the optimism was around this global corporate tax, the agreement that came last week at the OECD level that will be discussed later this week at the G20 in Venice by the finance minister. And this corporate tax, global corporate tax, has very much been at the heart of President Macron's agenda from the very beginning of his mandate. And to him, that was really like, how can I sell globalization when I have a Frenchman working in a factory in France, paying his taxes while his job might be moved to another country, while some of those corporate giants and tech giants like Amazon or Microsoft are not paying their taxes in France? How can I make him believe in globalization when it doesn't work for him? So it was very much at the heart for him, saying this will push voters towards populism, and the global corporate tax is a crucial element to defend our democracy. So I was very much at the heart of the Macron vision of the world. So Bruno Le Maire, the French finance minister, after the agreement, said it was the most important tax agreement in a century, said it was historic. So I was keen to put this deal to some corporate leaders. And so I asked the chairman of Safran, Ross McInnes, his view on this potential deal. Take a listen.
What's been decided by the OECD after the G7 is a huge step forward. I think public opinion does not understand that a certain number of companies do not pay taxes and shift those taxes to other countries artificially. And I think as part of public opinion's the public opinion will accept taxes if they're perceived as fair. And if companies can shift taxes to tax havens, I think you break the democratic and the fairness bond. So I think what's been decided at the G7 and under the OECD, under, I must say, the excellent auspices of the new Australian Matthias Cormann, Secretary General of the OECD, is a huge landmark, and one to which I think we are all companies must be in favour.
And I got a chance to discuss the topic as well with Pierre-André de Chalendar, the chairman of a construction material company, Saint Gobain, and this is what he said.
First, it has to come into reality. I think it's a good movement. It's not going to be to solve the issues in France, And the situation from that standpoint, if you talk about inequalities, in France, it's more perception than the reality. And I think, compared to the US, a very different situation, or even in the UK. I think in France, the issue is really to reduce the cost of all the transfers. After redistribution in France, the inequalities are much lower than in most countries in the OECD.